As we sat there, the full wonder and mystery of the place overshadowed me. We were not the first to penetrate that mystery. Several modern archaeologists had entered the pyramid, and 3,000 years before that, a group of hardy robbers had braved the physical dangers and the curses of the dead to rob the pharaoh of his treasures. When those intrepid but unscientific explorers, Pering and Weiss, explored the passages in 1839, they found only scraps of wood and baskets, and a few mummified bats inside a wooden box. There was no sarcophagus and no royal mummy. Since Pharaoh Snefru, to whom the pyramid belonged, had another tomb, he may never have rested here. But something of value must have occupied the now empty chambers, or the ancient thieves would not have broken into them, with baskets to carry away their loot. As I mused in blissful enjoyment, with the perspiration dripping from my nose and chin, there occurred the most uncanny event of that entire season. The stifling air was suddenly stirred by a breeze, which rose in an instant to a gusty wind. It felt cold against our sweating bodies. The torch flickered wildly and went out. Darkness closed in upon us, a darkness filled with movement. The guide let out a howl. I ordered him to be quiet. Good gad, Ramses! I have read of this phenomenon, but I never thought I would be fortunate enough to experience it myself.
I believe Pering and Weiss mention it. It is indeed a curious phenomenon, Mamma, leading one to the suspicion that there are passageways and exits to the exterior as yet undiscovered.
I had reached that conclusion myself, Ramses.
It was in the investigation of that theory I was engaged when Monsieur de Morgan's men interrupted me. One of them had the effrontery to shake me, Mamma. I spoke to Monsieur de Morgan about it, but he only laughed and said,
I don't want to know what he said, Ramses. The wind subsided as suddenly as it had begun. In silence, I could hear our guide's teeth chattering.
Sit. Oh, sit. We must go at once. The jinn are awake and looking for us. We will die here in the darkness, and our souls will be eaten.
We could continue to search for the unknown opening, Mamma.
To say that I was tempted is like saying a starving man is a trifle peckish. Common sense prevailed, however. The search Ramses proposed would be the work of days, possibly weeks, and it could not be carried out without advanced preparation. I had lost all track of time, as I am inclined to do when I am enjoying myself, but I suspected we had been gone longer than we ought to have been. I was therefore forced to refuse Ramses' request, and after I had relit the torch, a supply of matches in a waterproof tin box is part of my supplies, we retraced our steps. I was crawling up the last long passageway. Ramses must have sensed the pain that filled my heart.
It is too bad Papa was not able to obtain deferment for Dahshoor, Mamma.
No one is perfect, Ramses, not even your papa. Had he allowed me to deal with Monsieur de Morgan, but that is over and done with.
Yes, Mamma, but you would like to have this site, would you not?
It would be futile for me to deny it, Ramses. But never forget that your papa is the greatest living Egyptologist, even if he is somewhat lacking in tact. Emerson kept a discreet distance from us as we rode back to Mazghunah. As Ramses had noted, the smell of bat droppings is extremely pervasive and unpleasant. I knew it was Emerson's sense of smell, not his affections, that dictated the removal.
Did you have a pleasant time, Peabody?
Yes, thank you, my dear Emerson. Very pleasant. Emerson touched his donkey, and the animal sidled nearer.
You know, I would have got you Dahshoor if I could, Peabody.
I know that, Emerson. There was a stiff breeze blowing from the south. Emerson's nose wrinkled, and he let his donkey fall behind.
Don't you want to know what I learned from the sinister Russian while you were gadding about inside the pyramid?
I would like to know, Papa.
Ramses turned his donkey. Emerson hastily covered his face with his sleeve.
Later, Ramses, later. Why don't you ride with your mama?